What inspired the magic of the Little Prince? Antoine de Saint-Exupery. True love is inexhaustible. The more you give, the more you have. Attitude is a paintbrush. It colors everything. Night, the beloved. Night, when words fade and things come alive. When the destructive analysis of day is done, and all that is truly important becomes whole and sound again. When man reassembles his fragmentary self and grows with the calm of a tree. To love is not to look at one another. It is to look together in the same direction. When one is building a ship, one does not begin with gathering timber and cutting planks, but rather by arousing in people the yearning for the great wide sea. Love does not cause suffering. What causes it is the sense of ownership, which is love's opposite. A rock pile ceases to be a rock pile the moment a single man contemplates it, bearing within him the image of a cathedral. If you tame me, it would be as if the sun came to shine on my life. He who has gone, so we but cherish his memory, abides with us more potent, nay, more present than the living man. Language is the source of misunderstandings. More wisdom is latent in things, as they are, than in all the words men use. Nothing can match the treasure of common memories, of trials endured together, of quarrels and reconciliations and generous emotions. It is idle, having planted an acorn in the morning, to expect that afternoon to sit in the shade of the oak. The time for action is now. It's never too late to do something. Real love begins where nothing is expected in return. The beauty of the mountain is hidden for all those who try to discover it from the top, supposing that, one way or another, one can reach this place directly. The beauty of the mountain reveals only to those who climbed it. True happiness comes from the joy of deeds well done, the zest of creating things new. Grown-ups never understand anything for themselves, and it is tiresome for children to be always and forever explaining things to them. You see, one loves the sunset when one is so sad. Pure logic is the ruin of the spirit. Charity never humiliated him, who profited from it, nor ever bound him by the chains of gratitude, since it was not to him, but to God that the gift was made. Demagoguery enters at the moment when, for want of a common denominator, the principle of equality degenerates into the principle of identity. I fly because it releases my mind from the tyranny of petty things. A single event can awaken within us a stranger, totally unknown to us. It is such a secret place, the land of tears. The important thing is to strive toward a goal, which is not immediately visible. That goal is not the concern of the mind, but of the spirit. You cannot plant an acorn in the morning and expect that afternoon to sit in the shade of an oak. If I were to command a general to turn into a seagull, and if the general did not obey, that would not be the general's fault. It would be mine. When you give yourself, you receive more than you give. A designer knows he has achieved perfection, not when there is nothing left to add, but when there is nothing left to take away. I know but one freedom, and that is the freedom of the mind. If someone wants a sheep, then that means that he exists. Friendship is born from an identity of spiritual goals, from common navigation toward a star. To be a man is to feel that one's own stone contributes to building the edifice of the world. If you are to be, you must begin by assuming responsibility. You alone are responsible for every moment of your life, for every one of your acts. The aeroplane has unveiled for us the true face of the earth. The dignity of the individual demands that he be not reduced to vassalage by the largesse of others. If you want to build a ship, don't summon people to buy wood. Prepare tools, distribute jobs, and organize the work. Teach people the yearning for the wide, boundless ocean. What makes the desert beautiful is that somewhere it hides a well. Love does not consist in gazing at each other, but in looking outward together in the same direction. And now here is my secret, a very simple secret. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. As for the future, your task is not to foresee it, but to enable it. If you love a flower that lives on a star, it is sweet to look at the sky at night. All the stars are abloom with flowers. The meaning of things lies, not in the things themselves, but in our attitude towards them. You're beautiful, but you're empty. No one could die for you. I have always loved the desert. One sits down on a desert sand dune, sees nothing, hears nothing. Yet through the silence, something throbs and gleams. One's suffering disappears when one lets oneself go, when one yields, even to sadness. You become responsible forever for what you have tamed. War is not an adventure. It is a disease. It is like typhus. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. Experience will guide us to the rules. You cannot make rules precede practical experience. True love begins when nothing is looked for in return. You know, my flower, I'm responsible for her, and she's so weak and so naive. She has 4 ridiculous thorns to defend her against the world. Don't forget to subscribe for more daily wisdom. Thanks for listening.